Hey guys, Chairman37X here bringing you another Cookie Clicker update video. This time it is on the live version 2.0109 as you can see down here. If you want to see, I'm going to go over some of the stuff in this video in more depth in the beta video I did, so I'll be linking that in the end slate. But anywho, let's get into it here. I'll also be going over the stuff that's changed since the last beta, so hopefully this should cover everything inclusively about the update. So first off, there's a few new heavenly upgrades. There's 3. One of them was added since the last beta. I'll be showing all of those off a little bit later. Added a new upgrade tier and new cookies, as you can see here. He's added 7 new cookies, sorry, I can't count. A new kitten upgrade, as well as a full new upgrade tier for all the buildings, besides cursors, because cursors already had the equivalent of this one. He's added a couple new settings, extra buttons, and lump confirmation, which I will show off here. You can see you can turn... This adds a mute button to buildings, and this allows you to confirm whether or not you want to spend sugar lumps, which is pretty nice. You know, if you don't want to accidentally level up your cursors, you can enable that, and then you'll never accidentally do it again. And then for the muting stuff, if you go to your buildings here, you see you now have the mute button. You click that, and then it goes away, and it keeps it up here. So this is different interface than was in the beta. Before, you were also able to solo a building, where it would mute all buildings except that one. He removed it, understandably so, because it's not that useful of a feature, I would say. But so see here, you can now mute every building that doesn't have a minigame, for example. So it really cleans up what you have to be looking at. You know, all this stuff is not that important. You can't... Before, you could upgrade the buildings while they're still muted, but you could just unmute it and upgrade it. It even says the level when you mouse over it, which I only just realized, which is very nice. It may not have done that in the last beta, so that may have been a little thing he changed between the beta and the live version. So that's a nice feature. Buildings now sell back for less. I'm assuming this is to counter some sort of very powerful strategy before involving Earth Shatter. I'm not sure what the details of that were, but I'm assuming this is not just a random change he decided to make. So this probably had reason to happen. Farm souls may have not been unlocking correctly before. Cheap caps, which is one of the plants here. I believe it's... where is it? This one, I think? Yes. So now they have a 15% chance to die when frozen. I'm assuming this similarly was done to counteract some sort of powerful strategy. Maybe where you just kept a field full of cheap caps and then froze it and then unfroze it when you needed them, or something along those lines. So now 15% of the time they will die when you freeze them. So this is a very unique mechanic because none of the other plants have anything involving anything that directly interacts with the freeze mechanic. So it's very interesting, I would say. Record gills spawn more. You can now harvest all of only mature non-immortal plants, so you can keep all your immortal plants and then just harvest the ones that aren't, which is nice. And there's a new type of sugar lump. I show it off in the previous video, but it is the caramelized sugar lump. If I'm remembering, when harvested, I think you get 1 to 3, or it's either 1 to 3 or 2 to 3 sugar lumps, as well as, I believe when you harvest it, it resets your sugar lump counters. So if you see, this says can only be done once every 15 minutes. Harvesting a caramelized sugar lump would reset that timer. Not the most useful feature, but like I said, they do give multiple sugar lumps. I think at a max of 3, so that's pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and import my save actually from the beta here. You see there's no new upgrades. There hasn't been a ton that's been added between the first beta and the second beta, but like I said, what they did add, as you can see here, was another heavenly upgrade, and I believe that is the only major feature. They also changed the freeze mechanic, and they revamped the mute thing. So that was the whole thing that they added in 2.0108 beta. So I have this save backed up. I think I'm going to go back to it afterwards because I'm not quite in a good enough spot to efficiently ascend. But let's go ahead and show off the heavenly upgrades really quick here. So the first 2 here were the ones that were added in the first beta. We have the inspired checklist. This is what unlocks the buy all feature, which lets you purchase all currently affordable upgrades in the store. which also allows you to put one in the vault. You could see me before I had the like chocolate egg upgrade in the vault because I didn't want to harvest it right then. So you could put it in the vault so that auto buy doesn't just purchase it when you don't want it to. Next we have this one here, the Eye of the Wrinkler, which allows you may have seen this as well, if you mouse over Wrinkler, it says how many cookies it has in its stomach. I found out since the last video that this is not the amount of cookies that it's going to give you when it bursts. This, the amount of cookies you get when it bursts is actually going to be larger based on what upgrades you have, because I think there's some, yes, right here. So, like, for example, this will cause the amount that the difference between the value you mouse over it and the amount that you'll get if you just have this upgrade would be 5%. So you'd get 5% more than what it says here. But then there's also that worship slot that greatly increases the amount of cookies that you get out of them. So, but this gives you a baseline for how many cookies you get when you pop the wrinklies, which is very nice. I like it a lot. And lastly, this is the brand new one from the most recent beta. It allows you to see the tiers of the certain upgrades. Apparently this used to be in the game, but was removed due to being confusing, I think you said. So not all upgrades have tiers, of course. Tiers they just kind of tell you the general power level, I guess, of what they are. It doesn't affect anything. This is entirely a cosmetic upgrade. It's very cheap as well. Tiers self-referential, that's pretty funny. I'm not sure if any other heavenly upgrades actually have tiers. Really quick, I actually looked into this much, so I'm gonna kind of look around and see what things actually have tiers. Yeah, none of the heavenly upgrades have tiers except for this one, just because it's, you know, funny. So we come back here. You can see, I believe, the kittens. Yes, so there's plain. Oh, so what are the tiers here? This should encompass all the tiers currently in the game. So there's plain, beryllium, blueberryum, chaliced honey, buttergold, sugar muck, jet mint, cherry silver, Hazerold, I guess, and moon candy. Okay, now that I'm looking at these, I actually do remember this being in the game at some point in time. And then we also have these kitten upgrades that I already have purchased. I actually can't see what their upgrade tier is. But I'm sure once we start buying stuff, it should become apparent. So I'm just gonna. Excuse me, sorry. You see, this is also showing off the value of the buy all upgrades feature, because you could just do that, and then, yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So yeah, if we just unlock a bunch of stuff, we should be able to see some of the higher. I want to see what these two are called, but now that I think of it, those might be kitten exclusive. I'm not sure if we actually have building upgrades that show that, that are that type of upgrade yet. So if I want to see the name of those, I think I'm actually just going to have to ascend and look at them again. Which is fine. I think I will actually do that really quick here. The cookie upgrades don't have tiers. I think the only upgrades that have tiers... Okay, so the synergy ones also have tiers. Because see, there's synergy 1 and synergy 2. There's the pot of gold. Just trying to think of what else might have a tier. I mean, besides the synergy and the regular, like, kitten and building upgrades, I don't think there's going to be too much else that has a tier. Heavenly upgrades don't. I'm not sure if the research upgrades might have tiers. I doubt it, but it's possible. Here we go. Astrofudge is what this one is, at least. Right, because, yeah, there are... Okay, so now we can see. Here we go. Alabascream, I guess, is the... I think this is the current highest tier in the game. You only have them through cursors and kittens, I believe. The buildings don't have upgrades of that tier yet. The Astrofudge and Alabascream. Alabascream. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. But, yeah, I think that is going to just about do it for this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check the description for a link to my twitch.tv channel, where I am currently playing through the new hit indie La Milana 2. You may have seen I've done a handful of videos on it on my channel in the past. It's been over 4 years in the making, so I'm very excited to be playing that. I'll actually be playing it tonight. As of when this video goes up, I'll be starting at 8 p.m. EST, I believe. So if that's something that's of interest to you, please feel free to check me out on Twitch, drop me a follow, all that good stuff. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new thumbnail style that I'm trying out, because I figure having the words on the thumbnails just kind of clutters it, I think, and it obscures some of the like the upgrades and content and stuff that I can have in the actual thumbnail itself. So, and either way, the words are always identical to what they are in the title anyway. So it always seemed kind of unnecessary to me. So I'm trying out a new format. Let me know if you guys like the new style of thumbnail. If not, I can always go back to the old style. You know, I've done it for years now, so it's not wouldn't be too hard to go back to it. But I personally think it looks nicer, but I'd love to know what you guys think of it. So let me know about that in the comments. And yeah, I will see you guys next time, hopefully within a few days, for another Gardens 101 video. We're going to be going over probably the kind of some more stuff about crossbreeding, because that's, I would definitely say, the most important. It says tech. I'm not sure if it said that before, actually. Okay. So that might be new to the upgrade as well. But anyway, because crossbreeding is like the most important mechanic in the game, basically, for Gardens. So I might kind of go over that in a bit more detail. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any suggestions for what other stuff you'd like to see me do in the Gardens video. But, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.